We'll take a look at that national satellite picture and put one into motion for you. Let's do that right now here on the Weather Channel. As we start it moving, we see the Pacific Ocean. The jet stream is really cranking right now, knocking some moisture right up into British Columbia and more upstream over the Pacific. Now the big ridge, the big warm ridge of air in the upper atmosphere is moving inland, and that's going to keep the warmth over the west at upper levels, but down near the surface that fog just will be stubborn in the San Joaquin and Sacramento valleys and the Columbia Basin along I-5, the Rogue Valley, the Willamette Valley, and not too much trouble in the Rockies. Too bad for the skiing, but rather a warm pattern. On toward the east we have another pattern altogether, a big low pressure system winding up off the Cape Hatteras coast. Snow has turned to rain at Cape Hatteras after 8 inches, but a little bit inland, it's only about 20 degrees or so. The winds are howling, wind chills below zero. The snow is piling up in a lot of eastern North Carolina, South Carolina, or the northern South Carolina coast, and on into extreme southeast Virginia. Now we've got that winter storm update, and to take you through that, here's Patrick.
Alrighty, thanks a lot, Mike. And first of all, we'll take a look at some of the impressive storm history snow reports throughout the Carolinas. And the storm, if you don't remember, originated back on Thursday evening and Friday, where we had like an inch of snow in Galveston and Houston, snowing in New Orleans and southward in Houma, Louisiana. And finally, the storm really started to generate some strength and energy. And here's where our most impressive snows are: 3 to 6 inches on a pretty good band along the Carolina coast. And it's going to be maybe 12 to 16 inches throughout Sunday morning as the storm begins to wind up. Myrtle Beach already 12 inches, Wilmington 10, snowing very heavily, and it will continue to do so. Charleston, the list goes on and on. Jacksonville an inch, and let's not forget Sarasota, 0.8 of an inch of snowfall. It's hard to believe. By midday Saturday, that's all going to be moving out of the Florida and moving out of the Carolinas as well, as a big storm will be moving offshore. A little weak disturbance throughout the central plains, but really not much in the way of winter weather except for the bitter cold temperatures. -10s in the Ohio Valley, zeros all the way through Baton Rouge and maybe San Antonio, Texas. Warm up throughout most of the west, and record lows were very, very prominent on Friday, maybe 140 to 150 record lows, and throughout Saturday. Notice it pushing ever so slightly toward the southeast, and expect the records to be abundant once again on your Sunday morning along the eastern seaboard, penetrating all the way down to around Miami, Florida. Now stay tuned. We have much more, including a Michelin driver's report. Mike Bono will be up with that right after your local forecast.